What is up, my intuitives? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, as usual, take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's jump right on in. So today we have Jumping Out, the Netcaster, which says preparations come to fruition. And we have the Perception card, which says insight, vision, and the unseen. So this is tying in almost to the last session that I did, which was talking about unlocking Uranus or the secrets of Uranus. If you want to take a look at that video, but this is talking about almost like I'm actually getting a lot of new things coming in as I'm looking at these cards. So firstly, we have perception, and almost wanted to say preparations, as the netcaster says. It's almost like a prepared perception in a sense, but it's almost like the word wanted to shift and mold to preparations, just like the left card. But it almost looks like our figure in the perceptions card is in a space where she is or he is looking through a peephole, or looking through, maybe this is the tunnel of your vision, or almost like your imaginal state or your imaginal realm. But it's almost like you're looking through, and it's almost like you're seeing an angel, or an angel is appearing to you, or you're looking through some shift of light, and it's almost like this figure or this being, or this it's almost like a guide is coming directly to you to tell you that it is time, or now is time. And I say that because we have the seahorse here, and then we have a pufferfish, and when a pufferfish expands, it's almost like a balloon. It expands like a balloon, um, and all of its quills comes out, which almost like talks about. I'm almost getting reminded like when a turkey is done, and like the little needle that you put in pops out or comes out to indicate that it's done. But also with the seahorse, when a seahorse pops and it gives birth and has its babies, it does it in almost like an explosive way, or a just a very big, a very grand way. So it's almost like you're seeing that, or it is being almost like delivered to you in a sense. It's almost like, as well, looking at like the bottom of the bag. It's almost like digging through the bottom of the bag and taking everything out, and you're thinking, okay, like wow, like this is it, or I'm done, or this is what I was waiting for. As you see nothing, but it's almost like continuing to like lift the fold, or getting to the very, very, very bottom. You see the seahorse and its pufferfish, and for you, however you almost like decipher symbolically, it's almost like that's your indicator, or that's almost like your sign that it's go time. Also seeing almost like a this glowing figure or this angel in your space in the first place is almost like the first or another significator that is saying that it's time, or now is time, or something about it being time. This idea for me, or these two cards for me, is talking about a sense of right now, or things happening right now in the present. So it's almost talking about like old perceptions coming to fruition, our old ideas, or old maybe thoughts that we put out into the stratosphere or the void, maybe months, years, however long ago. Aside from time, it's almost like you're seeing it happen now, or you're getting indicators of it unfolding, almost like right in front of you. Indicators that's almost so grand that you can't ignore, or that you can't deny. Is what I want to say. It's not that you can ignore it, but you can't deny it. Um, like the seahorse popping, you just can't ignore it. It's in your face. It's very big. It's very in it, and it keeps on popping, or it keeps on happening. Seahorses have a lot of babies at once, so it just keeps on almost like being expressed to you. It's almost like when a microwave beeps or ticks, it's almost like it's going to keep on beeping and keep on ticking. You'll leave your food in there, and 10 minutes later it'll beep again to remind you like it's here, it's done. So it's almost like, it's not that you can't ignore it, but it's almost like we can't deny it. The seahorse for me talks about magic, or a sense of magic, or an idea of magic. Um, It's almost like this is a slow realization until it's time, or until it happens, and then there's no almost like denying it. Like I said, there's no denying it. It's almost like when you're driving. Say you're going for a late night drive, or you're driving from somewhere out of town, and it while you're driving, it's late at night, it's nighttime, it's dark time, But then as you slowly drive, the sun is continuing to rise. The sun is continuing to come up, but it's almost like you don't really notice the slow shift, or it's almost like the dimming of the lights coming on. It's like you don't really notice it till it really gets to a point, and then you're like, okay, well it's bright. There's really no shift from darkness to bright. It almost like happens gradually. So it's like a slow realization for us. This is talking about look around, like look around, and you'll see or you'll understand. Maybe I think it's coming to almost like a shock to us, or it's bringing an idea of almost like I can't believe that it's real, or I can't believe that it's happening, um, because you saw it in advance with this perception card. Either you saw it in advance, or you created it. You've drawn it to you, or you've attracted it. Maybe this is your first time actually like stepping into a timeline or stepping into a realization of an idea that you like conjured up or created up. So now with this angel figure, she's almost like holding both her hands up and almost looking left and right, like I brought this, or I've manifested this, I've created this in a sense. This idea also talks about a strengthening of clairvoyance, um, because it's almost like you saw it in a sense before it happened, or you saw it before it actually appeared, and before the energy materialized. So this talks about maybe not being scared, but clearing your energy and allowing yourself to almost like it go with the flow. Is it go with the flow, or flow into the energy so it can keep on manifesting, or so it can keep on unfolding. Um, and then lastly, talks about improving in spiritual sight and vision, and being able to see and project yourself like further than ever before, being able to see and project yourself into situations before you actually step foot into them. And then you get the indicator, or then you get the sign, or some realization that triggers for you, or that just means something to you in your way of decoding, or your way of perceiving the world and perceiving the unseen. But you get almost like your sign or your symbol, or something that means something to you, that allows you and lets you know, like, okay, it's time, or it's happening, or this is one of many in a sense. Okay, so take what resonates, leave the rest, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.